first video in a while now. Just been a little bit busy moving house, but how good is that? Got a lock-up garage now. So good. Today I'm going to walk you through my dual battery setup that I just finished. Took me 48 hours of pain, but finally got there in the end. This won't be an install video, but I'll give you a bit of an idea on how to go about a dual battery when you've got ABS and aircon, which is probably the biggest pain in the ass I've ever experienced. I'll quickly run through all the parts I used and the prices of them. First off, the Optima battery. This is a marine battery. It is a 55 amp hour AGM. It can be used for deep cycle and starting. The reason I went for this battery and not deep cycle lead acid or a lithium is because when you put a battery under this bonnet, post height is a massive thing, and I had huge dramas trying to find a battery that sat low enough and fitted in the battery tray to clear the bonnet. This battery is 199mm tall to the top of the posts. Most other batteries are about 225, and they are too big. The bonnet won't close on them. So it's a bit disappointing that I couldn't get a high amp hour, but this is only going to run a 40 litre fridge overnight. The battery tray it's sitting in is the $195 Zukoff Road battery tray. It is the one that's compatible for ABS. These battery trays, if you have aircon as well, not a simple install as you might think. You have to get this high side aircon line moved. I paid $300 at an aircon shop, and they just bended that fitting there. So now the aircon line runs underneath the tray around the back there to the compressor. From factory, that aircon line will run a lot higher. It'll run pretty much over that battery, which you don't want. The Red Arc BC DC charger, I got that from Autobarn for $445. That was on special. Part number is BC DC 1225D. That is the 25 amp charger. And that Anderson plug there is the solar input into the charger. So when I hook my solar panel up during the day, that runs through the Red Arc before it goes to the battery. The coolant overflow bottle also had to be mounted slightly different than the instructions recommended. I had to drill 4 new holes to set the coolant bottle as far to the left of the battery tray as I could, and also turn the bottle on its side instead of having that flat surface on the tray, just to clear that AC line. Otherwise it does foul on it. And when you move that over as well, you've got to bend that power steering reservoir bracket a little bit to the left to clear that. It's a bee's dick in it, but it works. And I've also fitted up this heat shielding. I got that from Supercheap for $75. That's all one piece, just cut up into 2 different sections. I molded it around my extractors, and I utilized the 3 M8 holes that are already in your cylinder head and molded the rest around the exhaust. And I've also put a piece on the outside of this battery tray, just held in with 2 little bolts. That's just to keep the heat off that battery, and it works really, really well. It is an AGM battery, and they're known not to enjoy being too hot, so that keeps it pretty cool. The washer bottle's mounted up as per instructions. Didn't have to change anything with that. This battery clamp is also from Autobarn. I think it was about $20. Fits perfectly for this battery, but I did have to drill 2 new holes in the front and the back of the tray to fit that, because it comes with a ratchet strap style clamp, but I didn't want to run that one. And as for the wiring from the starter battery, you will get a wiring diagram when you get your red arc, or your voltage sensitive relay, whichever way you want to run. But I just ran the positive and negative battery cables on the existing factory wiring loom at the top of the firewall there, and that all goes into the red arc and then to the dual battery. And I'll also take a few photos if you want to hang around at the end of the video, give you a bit of a clearer picture on what's going on here. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys.